we can take away from them. Okay, so let's get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for August 8th, 2019. Q's up 2% and the SPY up 1.76. We have about 5 minutes, a little less than 5 minutes left here until the market closes. Okay, coming into today, we recognized that market had put in a higher low, had taken out this lower high, and was no longer bearish. Okay, we noted that at the end of the day yesterday, this was looking bullish. That means sell-offs are buyable, and that's going to be the case going into tomorrow. Okay, we wanted to see if this was going to get followed through or not, so more neutral coming into today, and today we got our answer. Okay, the bulls are back in control, sell-offs are viable. Okay, so we moved off of the bearishness from yesterday. We saw the follow through, the bulls stepped up today, so that makes it clear for tomorrow. Okay, so I'm not saying buy it here or chase it here, right? Just expect that on sell-offs, those will be buying opportunities if we base and break out, which we do have a bit of one here, but I'd like to see a better one or more consolidation. Then those are also buyable opportunities. Okay, so just trend following kind of at its simplest. That's all. Nothing too complicated here. We followed it on the downtrend, noted when the downtrend broke, right? And now looking for the next resumption of the uptrend. All right. We're going to get into a little bit of management here, okay? Because I think, after watching yesterday's video, you might be wondering why, on the sale, for instance, we had a play on the SAIL, and I was looking for 2185 or 2285. It went to 2294, and then the back half didn't end up making anything, and neither did the BTG after going up to our $4 target. And then same with the AXGN, didn't really make much, right? We just kind of hung on to it, stuck with it, right? So that might lead you to believe that after a day like today or a day like yesterday, that why not just take it all on the first move, right? And so, I think definitely acknowledge that those moves could have been bigger, and then we gave back on the back half. But it's because of plays like the VIRT why I don't take it all on that first move. Okay, because, right, if we look at this VIRT, all right, here was the call on the VIRT, 1920 by 1947, playing it underneath this base here, under 1920, stop goes here, 1947. Okay, and the first target was break of $19 under 1890. Okay, so this is why kind of consistency is important. Knowing what kind of plays that you typically get into, how well your plays work or don't work, right, is important. And so when we got into this VIRT and we got to the target, right, if I had been maybe overly influenced by yesterday, then I would have taken it all here, right? And we would not have held it as it dropped dollars more, right? And we were only using a 27-30 cent stop here, depending on where you got filled on this breakdown here, right? So why do we trail also, right? Even though yesterday it kind of went to the targets and, trailing might have given back a little bit, especially on the back halves, letting those work themselves out, and at most maybe you give back half an hour on those, right? And this one, you're risking the potential of missing out on, I think this ended up going about five Rs from the play here, right? So that's why I much prefer to trail. And even on this first piece, even though we were looking for 1890, look how quickly it dropped through there, right? So, sometimes you're going to be precise and you're just going to get that target one, right? And that's why we take the target one so that we walk away with usually a winning play, at the very least, a break-even play. And then, right, if we get more and more, then we let the rest of it run. We ended up getting out of it right here, which wasn't even the lows. We got out around 1820, right? Ended up going all the way to 1768. Okay, so what if you had done a 5 minute? I chose to go to 2 minute bar by bar, right, to let it trail us out. But if you had gone to 5 minute bar by bar, that really would have kept you in. 2 minute is what I chose to use as it was going, was pretty orderly in the way that it sold off there. So I thought 2 minute, not bad. We got shaken out right there. And then it did set up again right underneath there, right? You know, we didn't play this one, but look at this CLVS. If you get this CLVS, and that was the challenge, was getting filled. If you get this CLVS, right, let it put money in your pocket. Let it continue to work. It's not easy. You know there's potential to give back, but that's why I like to use the hourly, right? Keeps you in until end of day, right? So, you know, I think it does kind of feel, I guess, nice in a way when you pick that target and it gets to the target and you're really accurate with that target. But that's not really what is going to make us the big play. The big play are the ones that exceed our expectations, right? The ones that run and run. I mean, do you think that people, because here was the play that I at least tried to play and I couldn't get filled. 740 by 752. Right, that was the play. I didn't get any. It didn't give me any shares when I tried to short it. It's on an uptick, of course, and you know it's a pretty small price symbol. That's gonna happen. It's worth a try. But I definitely wasn't thinking that when I short this at trying to short it at 740, oh, that my target's gonna be down here at 550, right? So it's these plays, right, that far exceed our expectations. These are the ones that are really gonna make us a nice day and a nice week. So that's why I prefer to trail. Sometimes, right, what's even better, or I guess is just as good, like in the case of the vert, that we get to the target and we start to trail, and then it just keeps on giving it to us without even trailing, right? That's also nice. You get a little bit more on the target one, right? Get a nicer play in there. So that's why I prefer to trail. Even though I know on some of these, right, trailing the BTG, trailing the sale, we'll give back a little bit. But the amount that I'm willing to give back, or that I will likely give back, right, is just a fraction of what can be made when you let it kind of run. And I know in this case, you know, I was pretty happy with this. We got about 4 Rs on that last piece, okay? And it ended up going further than that. So let's see. If you had decided to be a little bit more patient, yeah, you would have gotten out here over 18. So that's pretty nice. Here's the hourly. See, the thing is that when we were starting to run, I knew that this trail here was up here at 1862. So I didn't want to wait for that to potentially come all the way back up. I was looking for 4 Rs potentially on that runner, and it got there. So it wasn't really a mistake on the vert, the fact that I didn't hold it all the way to the lows, but there was potential to do so if you had just maybe use a larger time frame there to trail. Okay, so that's the bar by bar trail. Okay, so you're gonna see that with typically most targets and most things that I play. So as this is moving, all you're doing is lowering your stop. Okay, so and when the bar is like this and still forming, my trail is here, 1842. Once that bar is finished, okay, then I move to this bar here, right, 1833 now. As this bar is still forming, right, it's there, and then once that bar is finished forming, okay, now I lower it to the next finished bar. Okay, that's the bar by bar trail, right? Now, of course, you could have kind of taken it, and if this does trail, right, you're not going to get as nice of an exit, but who knows? Maybe you get something like that, and it just keeps on going and continue to lower your stop. Okay, so yeah, this was a very, very nice play today. So hopefully you were able to catch it. This was an official call for the room, and so, you know, I managed it as we kind of moved there. And of course, you could have done even better than my management, but we give you the entry, right, before it triggers. Okay, before it triggers, I give you the entry, tell you where the stop is in case it doesn't work, and where the targets are going to be. In this case, T2 is to be determined because I just want to get as much as I can. I mean, look at this bar here. I get this question too sometimes, that when I call these plays and I'm shorting it at 1920 and it's already a wide range red bar, they say it's already down so much. Why do you still want to short it? Shouldn't this be a long? And the reason that I'm still looking to short it is because this looks lower on every time frame. Does that look like a weekly that's in trouble? Does that look like a monthly that's in trouble? And does this look like a daily that's in trouble, right? It looks lower on every time frame. Intraday, really, really weak. Well, the market, what was the market doing? Rallying all day, right? So this is really, really weak. So the day that I play it, I expect it to be the biggest bar on the chart. I'm going after it on a day where I think this is a very, very important, eventful day. And people from all time frames are looking at it and need to do business in it, right? Likely that's either the longs trying to get out or shorts trying to establish a position, okay? So yes, it was down a lot at that point, right? But I'm expecting on the day that I play it that there's a lot of attention being paid to it. Look at all that volume, right? Look at the size of the bar, right? So really, in some of these cases, really only limited by our management and in a way our imagination, right? So really nice. I know some people got this in the room, which I think was kind of one of the better plays. I mean, if you got the CLVS, that was really nice. I know someone here in the afternoon got the TAST. Beautiful, beautiful breakdown there on the TAST, and I know they said that made their day. You know, and so like look at this too, right? Say you want to play this breakdown, and you maybe just want to get it from 810. You got a very tight stop, maybe to the whole number, and you start to trail. Before you know it, right, it's at 790 and it still hasn't trailed. Okay, now we're breaking 790. We're all the way down here, and then maybe you get trailed out there, right? So that is the case for trailing, right? If you like to play some of these big, like big moving stocks, wide range, kind of the outliers, then trailing is a good idea, okay? All right, so I just wanted to go over that because I just thought, you know, as far as, you know, management goes, might have seemed kind of odd yesterday that we took a lot of target ones and then kind of let the back half go back to break even. But this is the reason why, is because whenever I get these, I want to let that back half run. Okay, so I just wanted to go over that, see if that makes sense for your trading or not. All right, but that'll do it for today's market wrap. All right, going into tomorrow, bullish. All right, bullish on the short term, bullish on the long term. All right, we'll see if we get some kind of pullback or base, continued basing, and we get a breakout. But that's what we're looking for. Bullish patterns in the market to continue the move back up. All right, hope you did well today. If not, we'll be back at it tomorrow to close out the week. All right, I'll talk to you then.